North, south, east, west, they're not just directions, but a science which, if used in the right guidance, can bring harmony, money, good health, and everything that you're looking for in life. I'm talking about Vastu and why it's important to know about it. To tell us more, we have Sheetal Mihir from Circle of Purpose, a Vastu expert. Sheetal has over 8 years of experience in this field. Her journey into Vastu consultancy began with profound challenges in her own life. Sheetal, welcome.
Hi Deepa,
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good to have you on board. Thank you for being with us. Sheetal, can you tell us more about your journey and what inspired you to be a Vastu consultant?
So I came to Dubai 21 years back, and my in-laws were already here, and we all were staying together. And when I came to Dubai, I started my job as a graphic designer with a chain of restaurants company, and everything was doing good. I have two kids, and when my daughter was born, we decided to shift to a bigger house, and our life just took a wrong turn, I should say. Within few months of shifting there, my father-in-law expired, my mother-in-law, my husband, they lost their jobs, my mental health went on toss. So we were not knowing what's going wrong. Like changing the house was such a wrong decision because we never knew. Changing of house is such a big responsibility when you're doing it, because your life can just either go down or go up. So, like, when I realized that there is something wrong in the house, and I was really trying to look a good Vastu consultant who can really help me. But trust me, I must have met so many of them, and I could not relate or trust anybody who could really solve my issue. So, when I went to India, and there I showed my map to one Vastu consultant, and the way he was explaining me, I really felt inclined towards learning this science.
But I'm just curious to know and understand why is it that you thought that things are going wrong in your life because you have shifted to a new home?
Because the previous house, everything was just perfect. We were a perfect family, everybody was earning well, everybody was healthy there, and I couldn't find any other reason to see the difference of going things wrong rather than changing the house. I mean, what could be more bad or worse than losing the main head of the family within just 1 or 2 months of shifting there? So I felt that also, that time also we did not realize, but back to back things started getting going wrong. That's when I realized that no, something is really wrong in this house.
So when you met with the consultant in India, what did he have to tell you, or why did you feel that yes, there's a lot more to Vastu than we probably knew of?
Correct, correct. So as we in schools or whatever, we just knew four directions: north, south, east, west. But the way he was explaining me, it went into eight directions, and then to 16 directions, and then to 32 directions. And everything that he told me, oh, you have this here, you have a toilet seat here, you have this issue, you are sleeping here, you have this issue. Now he did not know my problems, but instead of me telling him, he was telling me. That's what I said. Yes, you're right. That means all those things that were wrong were giving us negative impact. So when he told me few things to do, I came back to Dubai, I did those changes, and I could really feel that change, that yes, this is helping me. So I started learning more about it on YouTube and seeing the videos and making notes. And that's when, during this learning process, I came across this scanner, which I use now, Aura Energy Scanner.
Mhm.
And the way it I used to detect and check things, and I was really amazed.
But in Vastu, we don't normally use the scanner, right? It's a Vedic science, isn't it?
Yes, so Vastu is a Vedic science, and what I do is Geo-Vastu. So when I say Geo-Vastu, I'm focusing more on the earth energies, because 70% earth energies affect us and only 30% is the Vastu. So doing Vastu definitely helps, yes, but when we clear the geopathic negative energies of the earth, the results are amazing. Because in Geo-Vastu, we focus more on the health issues. And Vastu is placement of things, the colors, the entry, the toilet seat, your locker position. That is all Vastu.
Okay, but I mean, so of course, I don't have knowledge as much as you do, but from what I understand of Vastu, it's more to do with just the entry and the exit, right? I mean, back in the days, I remember my parents having a consultant over where we were told that your entry is wrong. You need to break this door and you have to build a door in another direction. And I thought Vastu is more about breaking and making.
Yes, but in today's world, it's not practical. Especially in Dubai, it's difficult. If I tell you, come on, your entry is wrong, please break it and take from the other side. If it's a villa and you can afford, you will do it. But what about people who are staying in the flats? So the first thing important is entry, yes, but second is the toilet seats.
What do you mean, toilet seats?
The toilet seats are the direction where the toilet seats are is very critical. I mean, toilet seats, the attribute of the toilet seat is flushing. So example, if the toilet seat is in the north direction of the house, the north direction is the zone of money and opportunity. If you have a toilet seat there, person might just lose his job. He might just lose his money. He might not get new contracts.
So, Sheetal, I'm amazed to know that, there's also this different. I mean, I'm not amazed. I do know you, so I know how you work. But basically, for the ones who are watching this video today, trying to get to know more, trying to understand more about Vastu, it's primarily for them to, if we can maybe give a quick description, or if we can differentiate the Vastu that we have always known and the new Vastu that you're talking about, which is Geopathic Vastu. So if you can explain that to us a bit more in detail, I would appreciate it.
So, Vastu is an ancient science which was not invented, I would say, but studied by our sages. Like I would say, more than 5,000 years back. And those days, this science was only for the kings to remain wealthy. But now, in today's world, everybody wants to be the king. Everybody wants to have good money, good lifestyle. That's why people are more keen on knowing about this science and implementing it.
So one second, I just sorry to interrupt you. I just want to understand, what do you mean by for the kings to be wealthy? I mean, how was that connected, or why is it that the normal people didn't know about it though then?
Because those days kings were the one who felt that they have an authority to have all the money with them, and they are the ones who are taking care of their subjects. So kings always wanted to be the kings, and this science, no normal subjects knew about it. But as the concept, I would say, or the kings are no more in this today's life, everybody has understood this science and taken it in a more modern way. So when I say modern way, that means it's the Vastu of every single house, and with geopathy we are trying to make it more better for health.
Yes, of course. I mean, health is the most important thing. If you have health, they say health is wealth, right? Yeah, yeah. So, Sheetal, so then in that case, have you done some qualification certifications for Geopathy?
Yes. So as I told you, I started learning the Vedic Vastu during my journey when I was having issues. And I started, that was my first step to start learning about the science. Then I did multiple courses, but I was not confident to do it professionally until I had a scanner in my hand. In fact, even when I had a scanner, I never thought of doing it professionally. But I had come so much far, having so much of knowledge, that somehow I came into this practicing it professionally. Because those times when I used to practice, my friends used to ask me, "Oh, what is this scanner about?" Then I used to say, "No, this is just something I'm learning or practicing." And then they used to say, "Why don't you do Vastu for our house or office?" And I literally said no to 5 to 6 people. That's when my husband told me, "See, Sheetal, when we wanted somebody, a good Vastu consultant, we could not find anybody. Why don't you try to do it professionally?" That's how he literally, encouraged me to go ahead and start doing professionally. And today I'm here in front of you.
So, normally they say behind every successful man is a woman. In your case, it's the other way around,
Yes,
is it?
absolutely.
That's great. So, can you give us, or rather share with us, certain Geo-Vastu principles of how it works, how they apply to residential or commercial properties?
Yeah, so when we talk about normal Vastu, we are just talking about the placement of the toilet seat, placement of the gas, entrance, and the placement of the objects. But when we talk about Geo-Vastu, I'm not talking about all this at the first stage. I'm talking about the earth energies, the house where you're staying or the property where you're staying. What energy does it hold? Who was staying in that house or that property before you? Is something gone wrong there? Negative energy, some blockages which we can't see with our eyes can be detected with the aura energy scanner, because everybody works hard in their life, and if you're still facing blockages, that means there is something in your office or home that's blocking you. That needs to be identified and then rectified. That is Geovastu.
So if so any particular or specific area that you check while doing Geovastu, or while assessing a premise, be it residential, be it commercial. So is there any particular point that you look at? Is there, for example, like how you check positivity, negativity of the house first?
Yes, yes. Touch upon that. Yes, yes. So every property that I first enter, either it's the person who is staying there or if the person is planning to buy the property, I check with my scanner with the positive sample. How positive is that place? I'm not checking the directions yet. I'm not checking where is the entrance, where is the toilet seat. I'm checking the energy of that place. How positive is it? If it is negative, why is it negative? You will not get property with 100% positivity, but if it is zero, that means there is something really wrong there. If it is 30-40 also, it's good to go, because after I do the remedies, I make the property 100% positive.
So if you find a property that's, say, 0% positivity, right? So how do you know what do you need to fix, or what could be the problem to make it 100% positive?
Yeah, so there will be negative radiation points, UV and IR points. UV is the ultraviolet rays, IR is the infrared points. These are the negative points, negative
Okay.
radiation points, I would say. And plus the geopathic lines. Now, what is geopathy?
Yeah.
Geopathy is the negative radiations that emit from the Earth's crust. So the Earth rotates at the frequency of 7.2 hertz. Like, we don't even know that it rotates, right? So it rotates at the 7.2 hertz, but the frequency of each geopathic line, because whenever there is a vibration under the nanoplate of the Earth's crust, the vibrations come up in the form of radiation. And if we sleep on those lines, our good cells die, cancer cells remain, because the frequency of each line is 250 hertz, and the lines cross from x-axis and y-axis. So 250, 250. If you're sleeping on a noodle point, the intersection point of geo line is called noodle point. So the frequency of that noodle point is 500 hertz. So if you're sleeping on that 500 hertz frequency, your good cells totally die, and you have only cancer cells remaining in your body, which can cause critical illness.
So you have come across such cases where people are sleeping, or I don't know, on the noodle point. They're working out of it, they're sleeping on it, or they're on that point and they're suffering through cancer and other such illnesses. Oh, really?
Because I had a case 2 years back where the client of mine said that my India house is 100% Vastu compliant, and it was built 10 years back as per the Vastu rules. I said, okay, that's nice. And within a few months, her father was detected with cancer. Now, if the house was Vastu compliant, I was surprised. How did she get cancer? That's when I took her map and I scanned with the aura energy scanner, I saw her father was sleeping on the noodle point. So where did only Vastu help? If the geopathy was not cleared and only Vastu is done, it's not going to help you much. But if Vastu and geopathy are done together, it gives more good results.
Wow, that's amazing. Good to know. So, what are some of the common Geo-Vastu issues that you've encountered, while you're consulting? Because I'm sure a lot of people already know about you, right? And I'm sure you have a lot of clients, because I know for a fact that you have managed to turn around a lot of people's lives, right, in Dubai alone. So, can you tell us, give us a few examples on how you've managed to change people's lives?
Yeah. So there was one of my client whose mother used to always be sick. And they said, no, no, our house is Vastu compliant. So I just could not see the reason why she could fall sick. because I had not been to her house. He was a good friend. So when I saw the floor plan, they had a toilet in the wrong direction, their medicines were kept in the wrong direction, and obviously because their house Vastu was done, it was difficult for them to convince their family to get Geo-Vastu done. So that's when I told them that if Geo-Vastu is done in the house, because they already had Vastu done, and if they do it Geo-Vastu also, they would definitely see the change in the health of family members. That's when they got it done and they were really very happy. And after that, they referred me to two family friends of theirs who were having health issues, and yes, they all are doing fine now.
Oh, lovely, amazing, amazing. I mean, who would have thought, right? Just with getting your Vastu done or Geopathy Vastu, now that we have more awareness of it, that it can make such a big impact in people's life and well-being. Great. So, how do you? So, when you do these, since you mentioned that you've done this Geovastu course, right? You've done your certifications. So, how do you stay? Like in our business, in our line of work, we always say we are learning every day, right? So I'm sure that may be the case with you as well. So how do you keep yourself up to date with what's happening? Is there some, I don't know, new technology? Is there something new that has come up where you can, further help your clients?
Yeah, so in that case, my teachers, they're all very supportive towards us, and any issues they have, like any issues we have with the clients, they're always there to support. And because every house, every case is different, and I keep learning with every case. And if somewhere I get stuck, my teachers are always there to help me and support me. Plus, we also have a group of friends, our team, who keeps discussing about all the or whatever experiences they have. So sometimes if I learn something new, I tell them, oh, this is what I have noticed. And if they tell me, that's when, if I go next time to some other place, I remember that, oh, this person had told me this. Can that problem be here also? And yes, sometimes that has also helped me. And I keep reading books on it, and I again keep I in the process or in the loop of learning every day, every time something or the other.
And you apply? So something interesting that has just now struck me. So if you have, say, picked up something new, right? Do you try and implement it in your consultations when you're trying to fix a house or try to make it into a Vastu compliant home? You do that, is it?
Yes, yes.
And do they work?
Yes, they do work. So that's how, I mean, every time I do something new, I learn something new, I implement it, and I'm myself amazed that, oh wow, this has helped this person, or this has helped this person to get so and so things. Whatever were the blockages are getting cleared. So, yes, definitely helps. And I have really, really good, positive results, what people have told me.
Amazing, amazing. So, Sheetal, can you, I'm just curious to know, is there any kind of a challenging situation that you have faced and you would like to tell us about it while doing a Geo Vastu for someone? Any of your clients? I don't know if you can share the name and the details.
No, I will not share the name and details, but yes, there was something really very challenging. So during COVID, I had an Vastu for an oil and gas company, and they were doing good. And few months back, like suddenly they started having a downfall. The payments just stopped, and there were staff issues, and everything was just going wrong for them. That's when one of my client referred me to them, and they did not know about the science, but yet they said, oh, because he is saying it, we just want to try it. And it took me 3 days to complete this project, because it was a huge place. So first time when I went there to do the analysis of their company, I saw that there was a huge tank which was colored red, and when I checked the directions, it was absolutely in the wrong direction. And the person who was with me showing the,
So, sorry, are you trying to say that if a certain color is in a certain direction which does not match that direction, there can be an adverse effect?
yes,
Oh,
yes,
wow.
because red is a fire color, and that was not the fire zone. That was a different water zone, and water and fire are enemies. I mean, we all know, right? If there is a fire burning, we put water, the fire is gone. So there, what was happening? Their opportunities were getting burned. Their payments had stopped. Staff issues. Nobody was supporting each other. and they just did not know why. So when I asked them, did the problem start after this tank was red? They said yes. And there was no way they could change the color of it. And it was a huge tank. So, yes, that was very challenging. So, the moment I blocked that tank because it could not be moved, nor the color could be changed. So, I put wires and capsules around it.
So that's how you block the energy, is it, with the wires and the capsules?
Yes, because that is
Okay.
something that is wrong and cannot be moved.
Right.
Needs to be blocked or made it positive.
Okay, okay. So instead of breaking, moving, there is a solution to fixing that problem without actually touching the
Yes.
problem itself.
Because
Okay,
Geo-Vastu is
that's
about,
amazing.
yeah, you don't need any kind of demolition with Geo-Vastu. It's totally process of non-demolition. Anything that is wrong, we can treat it with the wires and capsules. Those are also metal rods, metal wires, metal capsules. We just put it inside. Nothing is to be seen. So the moment we blocked that tank, I did the Geo-Vastu of the whole company. I think within like 1.5 month, when I went again to check the energy. So the accountant told me that, ma'am, we have come to thank you because now the companies are coming and giving us the payments from their side without even asking. So this was something really, even I was amazed that, oh wow.
Amazing. So, in how in Vedic science we generally I remember once we had somebody consulting us back in India, and they said you're required to put some yantra, some pyramid, and I don't know, some glass here, there on the ceiling, and all of that. So, does that also work in Geovastu?
Not really. See, that science is also not wrong. I would not say that. But what I am doing is totally scientific. Yes, even I use pyramids only if the center of the house is disturbed, because the center of the house is the energy force. If there is a toilet there, or if the energy of the center is very low, there will be no good energy flow in the whole house. So I put a copper pyramid inside. I have my own IR oils and element oils with the pyramid, and
To enhance
to
that zone.
enhance, yes, to enhance it. And with that, yes, the yantras are basically again to change the frequency of the cosmic. So I use yantras, but that is only for the cosmic balancing. So when I'm doing Geovastu, I'm working on the telluric level, that is the earth energies, the structural, that is what we call Vastu, and the cosmic. So because we stay under the planets and above the earth on the structural.
Right. So, everything that you have said, I'm just thinking out loud that this does not apply to only, or rather, this doesn't just, this Vastu, the Geopathy Vastu doesn't just apply to a certain religion, because people have this belief that it's only Indians who normally believe in it, not other nationalities, no other religion believes in this. But what you have just said, it looks like it has a scientific angle to it, right? And then hence I assume that it applies to all people from all religions and nationalities.
Absolutely, because by just putting the metals, I'm doing the remedies. I'm not doing anything. I'm not incorporating anything about religion here. And put placement of metals, rods, wires, capsules. If that's going to enhance and solve all your problems, why not? And without demolition.
No, I mean, of course, coming from a real estate background, we do get a lot of clients. Of course, most of our clients are Indians who always ask for a Vastu compliant home, or they at least want us to check the entry or the exit. But recently, we've noticed a shift where we have people from other nationalities also asking us about, if the house is Vastu compliant. Well, they don't really say Vastu compliant, they refer to Feng Shui, or there are different terms, but I correct my understanding, are these all the same when we talk about Feng Shui, Vastu, Geopathy Vastu? I mean, at the end of it, are we all talking the same language, is it?
See, the purpose of all the science is to enhance the energy. I don't know much about Feng Shui, but in Feng Shui, we have seen that to enhance a particular direction or a zone, they place some things like the cat they place, or they place the frogs. I'm sure it works, but not everybody can do that. Now, if there is a particular direction which is imbalance in our house, I just cannot put that object and do it. Might as well I put a rod, wires, capsules, and then get it done.
What you have just explained has got more to do with the earth's energies than the other sort of remedies that we were used to or that we know of, I
Correct,
assume,
correct,
right?
correct.
Interesting. So, how do you, I mean, that was going to be my second thing, that how do you reach out to, or do you have people from different religions reaching out to you, wanting you to help them fix their issues and all of that? Do you have such clients?
A lot of them. I trust me, I think almost I have the clients from all the nationalities, and everybody has seen amazing results, and it has helped everybody.
So, I'm very curious also to know if we have a client, right? If I have a client who wants to buy a home or an office, and because a lot of times it happens that they always ask us, is it Vastu compliant or not? So, how can we assist them through you? Or how can you help us find a Vastu compliant home or office for our clients?
So the client will never get 100% Vastu compliant property, right? There is nothing like a perfect house unless you're constructing it. So if it's a plot construction and they are going to do the whole thing by themselves, yes, I'm involved from the beginning, the directions, the placement of the entry and the toilet seats and the gas stove, everything. But if the client is coming to you with the ready property which is not Vastu compliant, that's where I will come and do the rectifications for them, without demolition. The toilet seats, if they are wrong, if the entry is wrong, you don't need to demolish it. Okay, you want to demolish it, that is your choice. But if you don't want to demolish it, I just put wires and capsules and make the entry positive. The toilets which don't need to be demolished or changed, I just put the wire capsules around it and make it positive. So like that, and then when I clear the geopathic lines, everything when I do, I will hand over to you 100% Vastu compliant property. The balanced one, you will never get 100% property, 100% positive property, but when we balance it, it's good enough to stay and be happy and healthy.
So are you saying it won't be 100% positive after balancing it,
It
or
will be.
then it will be
It will be.
100%
It
positive?
will be. So
Okay.
my scanner will show you before and after results. It could be 0, it could be 20, it could be 50.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and after the remedies, 100.
So it's quite interesting to hear this, and I'm sure everyone watching us would want to know, how do you check the positivity? What are the tools that you use? So probably in our next video, we can, take them through to a home or an office space, showing them what's a good, bad zone, positive, negative zone, and how we can rectify or remedy it. I think it would be quite interesting for our viewers. If in case you all
Absolutely.
are interested in knowing more about this, please reach out to us at Levante Real Estate. We'll be more than happy to assist with, of course, the help of the Geo-Vastu expert, Sheetal Mihir. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Sheetal.
Thank you. Thank you.